Hi guys, welcome to Flick Finest. Apple TV is truly making its mark among the already large and rapidly growing number of streaming services. Studio, for instance, took home top prize at the Oscars, winning Best Picture, and shows like Severance have gotten rave reviews and attracted top talent like Ben Stiller, Adam Scott, and Patricia Arquette. While Apple TV's library isn't quite as extensive as other platforms, there are still some excellent gems. Read on to discover your next movie night pick, and perhaps even your favorite new film. Today, I am going to rank the 10 best movies on Apple Plus, June 2024. We hope that this selection will be useful, and everyone will find something new to watch. So let's not waste any time and begin. Number 10. Napoleon. Ridley Scott's epic historical drama Napoleon was one of the most highly anticipated films of 2023, and with good reason. Not only is the film directed and co-produced by Scott, but it also stars powerhouse actors Joaquin Phoenix in the titular role and Vanessa Kirby as his wife, Josephine, with a screenplay by All the Money in the World writer David Scarpa. As the name suggests, the film is a biography of Napoleon Bonaparte, exploring his rise to power and his relationship with his wife. Napoleon received mixed reviews from critics, with criticism for its historical inaccuracies. While Napoleon may not be the most accurate depiction of the emperor, the film's grand cinematography and explosive battle sequences make it more than worth the watch. In fact, this is one of those movies that demands to be seen on the biggest screen you can find, and with the best sound system possible. Both Phoenix and Kirby are as brilliant as ever, presenting layered characters who keep you engaged throughout the movie's roughly 2.5-hour runtime. Number 9. CODA. CODA stands for Children of Deaf Adults, and that's exactly what Ruby Rossi, Emilia Jones, is. Daughter to Jackie, Marley Matlin, and Frank, Troy Kotzer, and sister to Leo, Daniel Durant, Ruby is the only hearing member of her culturally deaf family. On top of just trying to get through school, she works for her family's fishing boat, joining her brother and father out on their boat and helping to translate for her dad when he has to do business. With the surmounting level of pressure of being the voice for her family to the hearing world, she finds an outlet through singing, a passion that she pursues with the potential of going to university in Boston at Berkeley. Celia is immensely emotional and heartfelt and is led by deaf actors. Ruby's coming-of-age story is sure to tug at the heartstrings of anyone who relates to the surmounting pressure of family obligation battling against personal dreams and desires. Number 8. Flora and Son. A family at war, a mother and son named Flora, Eve Hewson, and Max Ardekinlan can't stop fighting. With Flora desperate to find her son a hobby as a way out of his frustrations, she stumbles across a guitar in a dumpster. Heartwarming and tear-jerking, Flora and Son plays all the right emotional chords as it transports the viewer into the nuanced and relatable relationship of this mother and son. The narrative's in-world musical numbers match the atmosphere created by director John Carney perfectly, with Flora and Son a life-affirming feature worthy of potentially changing the attitude of anyone who may view it. Number 7. The Bey Bubble. Based on the viral trend of the late 90s and early 2000s, The Bey Bubble is a colorful corporate biopic, albeit a heavily fictionalized retelling, of the very real Beanie Babies craze. The Bey Bubble depicts the adorable journey of the collectibles from conception and meteoric rise to the inevitable crash of the fad. Co-directed by Damien Kulash and Kristen Gore, who also wrote the screenplay inspired by Zach Bissonnette's non-fiction book, The Bey Bubble stars Zach Galifianakis as a caricature of the real Ty Warner, while the other characters are loose interpretations of actual people involved, particularly the roles played by Elizabeth Banks, Sarah Snook, and Jonathan Viswanathan. Number 6. Still a Michael J. Fox Movie. Still a Michael J. Fox Movie is a wonderfully inspiring documentary directed by Academy Award winner Davis Guggenheim, an inconvenient truth about the life and struggles of unflappable actor and advocate Michael J. Fox. Back to the Future. Fox gives fans a new level of access to his life, crafting his story with his own hands through interviews and segments he wrote himself. Guggenheim then takes the narrative to a whole new level by seamlessly weaving archival footage with stage bits that come together perfectly to craft an insanely entertaining film that will leave viewers pumping their fists at Fox's incredibly optimistic and uplifting drive to be a great man. Number 5. Cosway. Cosway is a thought-provoking drama starring Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence, The Hunger Games, as Lindsay, a soldier returning from fighting in Afghanistan. Cosway explores the struggle of many military personnel who must learn to adjust to civilian life. In Cosway, Lindsay's story is even more complicated as a traumatic brain injury complicates her ability to adapt. Co-written by Atessa Moshfegh, Luke Goebel, and Elizabeth Sanders, Cosway also has a tremendous supporting cast, including Brian Tyree Henry, Atlanta, and Linda Emmond. Through her keen eye and lingering silent moments, director Lila Nungavar provides a compelling investigation into the side effects of war. Number 4. Swan Song. Swan Song is not the high-concept science fiction thriller that you might expect. Set in the not-so-distant future, the film takes place in a world where cloning technology has been developed. Cameron Turner, Mahershala Ali, learns that he is dying from a terminal illness and has only a few months to live. He is presented with a difficult decision. Should he allow an identical clone to take his place, thus ensuring his family's happiness? Impressively, Swan Song doesn't turn the premise into a thriller. It remains squarely focused on the moral and emotional questions that Cameron is forced to answer. Number 3. Greyhound. Tom Hanks is known for his in-depth World War II content, and Greyhound is no exception. As commanding officer Ernest Krause of the U.S. sailing Conan in Greyhound, Hanks is faced with protecting a convoy of ships through the gap in the Atlantic where there is no air cover for battleships. The film is 91 minutes of tense, non-stop battle and strategy to get the convoy of 37 Allied ships to Liverpool safely while under constant attack from U-boats. This story in the middle of the Battle of the Atlantic is based on a novel from 1955 by C.S. Forester entitled The Good Shepherd. The film was nominated for Best Sound at the 2021 Academy Awards. Number 2. The Tragedy of Macbeth. There are only so many ways you can adapt one of William Shakespeare's beloved plays, but Joel Cohen, in his first solo outing as a director, still manages to surprise viewers with his 2021 retelling of the Scottish play. The Tragedy of Macbeth is at once cinematic and grounded in its theatrical origins. Shot in stark black and white, Cohen uses techniques and staging that will fool you into believing the film is actually a play. There are some directorial choices that will blow your mind, and others that will leave you scratching your head. Well, this is a Cohen special, so that's to be expected. The commanding cast all play their parts well, but none quite have the commanding presence of Denzel Washington. He is so natural as the titular Thane of the film, despite the unnatural dialogue and setting. But the real star is Katherine Hunter, who had absolutely no right to be as creepy and attention-grabbing as she is. Number 1. Killers of the Flower Moon. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon is one of 2023's most acclaimed films. Scorsese produced and directed the movie and co-wrote the screenplay with Eric Roth. Based on David Grant's eponymous 2017 nonfiction book, Killers of the Flower Moon focuses on a series of murders of Osage members in 1920s Oklahoma and stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Lily Gladstone. The film explores relations in the Osage Nation after the discovery of oil on tribal land, leading to conflict with a corrupt political boss. A critical darling, Killers of the Flower Moon has been praised for its direction, writing, production value, cinematography, and of course, its brilliant performances. The movie received 10 Oscar nominations, and though it ultimately didn't win any Academy Awards, it took home many others, including the Best Actress Golden Globe and SAG Award for Lily Gladstone. Killers of the Flower Moon is a mammoth production and one of the most important and necessary films created in recent times, exploring a dark chapter of history that is sadly still largely overlooked. Well, this is it. Share your movie impressions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos.